we are back in Disgaea, and I don't know if the whole 2 every other week thing might work out in the long term, but we'll see. So our objective in this video is to do Prinny Land. So if you look at my team, Laharl's level 131, Flan is level 91. I don't believe any major changes have taken place other than Flan is using the level 300 statistician I've been building up, and I also gave her the level 200 teacher for her spells to have some impact. Otherwise, I have put most of my focus into grinding these 2 up in order to unlock Prinny Land, and once I actually have the Cave of Ordeals, then I'll actually worry about the rest of my group here, as well as unlocking more of the jobs. Just to give you a quick peek, I still don't have the 6th, well, the 6th of anything unlocked. Just to make it a little brief. You can see that there are quite a few that I have all the way up to tier 5. He has to get up to 120, I think. He's like 60. As for the female jobs, I think they have to get to like 90 to 100 in order to unlock their final tiers. But otherwise, our objective here is Prinny Land. So there's something that I need to explain for those of you that aren't too familiar with the way the Dark Assembly works. So you'll notice a mana cost here of 400, and you'll notice an influence number here of 900. The influence number refers to the total level of all these senators present, so these 20 guys added together make level 973. Now, in order to make a proposal, you have to have more influence present than the mana cost. Since 900 is more than 400, that means we can propose Prinny Land here. But to make it easier to unlock, I strongly recommend going for a low influence number. So, as I was saying right here, now we are at 405. You'll notice that's not enough to unlock improved movement, but we can go to Prinny Land based off of this. There's going to be 13 participants, so if you do some math, the average level here is going to be over 30-something. And let's go ahead and go. So in order to unlock these levels, you have 2 ways to go about it. The first of which is you can offer senators bribes, and the thing is, what they want is based off of the rarity of said item. Each senator has a range of items that they want, like rarity 0 to 10, 11 to 20, and so on. So even though a legendary item can be very, very good, you'll notice this guy simply doesn't want it. And if you give them something they don't want, then they turn even more against you. So if you notice, this is how he's inclined to vote against us. And my bandit hands right here must have. So this one has the rarity that he wants, and I'll give the strongest boost if I were to give it to him. But you don't always have to bribe these senators, and in fact, it would be best if you could actually just get in the habit of persuading them in a different manner. And in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, you will soon see. But you'll notice that the high-level senator here is 74, Jessica. Al is 67, and so on. Some of the senators will actually be in the hundreds of levels, so trying to force things for them can be a little dicey. But here we go. Begin the vote.
Nay.
Yay, yay.
Nay.
Nay. Yay.
Wow, I might actually legitimately unlock... No. So you can either give up, or you can persuade by force. So you'll notice Jessica is against us here, so we have to worry about level 74 armor. But otherwise, it looks like other than... Actually, there's only 3 guys... Oh no, there's 4. 5. So level 74, 5, 6, 6, and 60. Luckily, some of the... Like Al, he voted with us, so we don't have to worry about it. But in order to deal with them, you have to wipe out all opposition on the map. Fun, right? Now you may be wondering, hey, what do I do when the opposition is vastly, vastly superior? And there actually is an option for that too. So in order to demonstrate that, I'm going to bring out the rogue. I need him to make a throw. And we'll use Ashley, because why not? So pay attention here. This is a level... Wait a second, that's not going to work. We have to go this way. So you'll notice this is a level 30 senator who voted in favor of us. You can tell that because if you look above the character picture, it says the word for. This one says against. So we can take the low level one, toss it into the high level one, and you'll notice we now have a level 35 senator in favor of our proposition. So you can either build up a bunch of smaller ones into a higher level one and then throw the lower level opposition to the higher level in favor of you, like I just did there, and that will actually count as eliminating them from the map. So that's one less guy we have to worry about, and I should warn you, be careful with AoE damage here, because if any of the guys who are in favor of you get hit, then they change their vote. That's not something you want. The AI will do its best to avoid hitting them as well, but no promises. I have all the animations off because at this point, these are just street fights. They're no longer duels of honor or any of that stuff. It's just last man standing has their way, true Disgaea style. Now, the bad news about trying to push too much through by force is that all these senators we kill will despise us, and they're more likely to vote against us in the future. So that will cause a little bit of a complication when trying to unlock the Cave of Ordeal and stuff like that. But Prinny Land is now grayed out since it's now unlocked. Oh yeah, you'll also notice I have one stronger enemy bill in effect. I don't really want to go into this group because they're more inclined to go against me. And I'll worry about the Cave of Ordeals in a future video. But for the meantime, we are going to actually try Prinny Land. Actually, I need to bring down the god's level. Hopefully this will be fast. Like usual, you want to go for a small influence number. I said smaller, damn it. There we go. So we'll go for weaker enemies. Now, some of the members of the castle, the humans primarily, can appear in here to vote. And this passed. So no need to persuade by force. They can vote in favor of you, they can vote against you, and in the event you kill them, then they will be gone, and there will be a little gravestone in their place. Now, in case you're panicking, thinking, oh no, you'll be locked out of the item world, or worse, if it's the gatekeeper, you'll be locked in the castle. Good news is you can just save, reload, and everyone will be back to normal. Of course, they'll still hate your guts next time they get the chance to vote, but who cares? So here we go into Prinny Land, Stage 1. What is this place? Prince, be careful. This is Prinny Land. Prinny Land? This is where Prinnies who escape from the Netherworld or Celestia come. I see. In other words, it's a hangout for losers. I wouldn't write them off so quickly. I've heard that there are Prinny rebels here who are exiled from the Netherworld and Celestia. Rumor has it that some of them can give even an overlord a run for his money. Then I won't be bored. Let's go. So, as I said in earlier videos, this is how you unlock the higher tier Prinnies. So here we have the Captain Prinny. The only way to get this character available for creation or reincarnation is you have to kill this one. Now, in case you're wondering, there are a couple different ways to go about this. The first of which is you can simply just throw these things. They are friggin' Prinnies after all and will explode when thrown. Or you can just terminate them, which is the fun way. Unfortunately, I think the Prinnies actually do have the longest auto-attack animations, so we'll just see. I'm bringing out Ashley now because I need to get someone out here who can counterattack to clean these up more quickly. She does have a Bahamut Fist, so she should be able to one-shot them pretty easily. Unfortunately, she's not level 20 yet to have Big Bang at her disposal. Once she has that, then grinding becomes a breeze for her. Of course, I think the downside is... I should actually address this. Someone mentioned in an earlier comment that in this game, Hurricane Slash actually is a neutral element. It's not wind. In future games, they do change it. Big Bang, I don't know if it's neutral in this game, but eventually it does become a fire element. We'll have to see when we finally unlock it. Now, unfortunately, Ashley did get poisoned, so I am a bit under the gun to wrap this up. But as you can see, this level, nothing to worry about. It's when you get to the Prinny God that things can get a little dicey. course, the good news about the Prinny God is he is wearing a testament, so if you wanted more of those for your characters, you can basically upgrade everyone who's wearing an emblem. That's your ticket. Now, there's no Pringer X in this game, or Pringer Z, or whatever the stupid Mecha Prinny is called, so you don't have to worry about that. In this game, the strongest Prinny is the Prinny God, or Prinny Ball, if you want to be specific. But you can't actually create Prinny Balls as a character. As far as I know, the only game where you can actually recruit Ball is Lock of Cell. Supposedly, actually that might be out on Steam by now, but I don't plan on covering that. This is the only Nippon Ichi game that I will cover. So if you notice, this place has recovery effect in place and clone tiles. So that's perfect. That's weak to ice. Ooh, lucky me. So we're gonna bring out Flan. Giga Ice won't. Actually, Giga Ice might work. Yes, it will hit them both. But it's not enough to kill the clone panel, which is level 200, I just noticed. So that's gonna make things a little bit more annoying. As you may have guessed, you kind of need to destroy that ASAP. I'm gonna bring out the mages and just build a chain. But in the event you can't destroy those too quickly, you can try to kill the Prinnies before they clone out of control. Now, I don't know if this is like later Disgaea games where you can actually throw one Prinny and set off a chain reaction to kill others, so it's possible that you could actually just grab these two, toss them, send someone over here, grab this one, throw it here, and set off a domino reaction. But anyway, Omega Ice. But the danger here is if you don't actually smash this panel, you can get overrun. Okay, Laharl hits a lot harder than I thought he did. No matter. So these guys are level 50 and 35. And in this Disgaea game, they were not taking suggestions yet for naming, like the random NPC name pool. But you have all sorts of fun ones in later games, based off of memes and just whatever they can find. Some of them are politically charged, so just a heads up for those of you that are sensitive to that type of thing. I don't know how many people would flip out to see Nobama, but it is one of the potential names. Since this one's weak to fire, we'll fricassee him. This one's weak to wind. Actually, yeah, that should kill him. Now, one downside to the place is that there is no real good grinding spot here. If you're coming here, it's pretty much just to get testaments or, they're both weak to ice. Unlock the various Prinny jobs. Pretty much, once you come here the first time and are done with the place, you have no incentive to ever come back. And actually, I don't know if you guys can see, but there was no achievement that unlocked when I actually unlocked this place, so coming here really is optional. Pringer Beam! That could drop a status effect. Okay. Now, I'm more concerned about the stronger one not dying, so I'm going to hit them with Omega Wind, and we are out of here. Got a nice chunk of change to replace all of the hell I had to spend, or all the SP I had to spend. Oh, that's right, I should Yeah, I'll show that. That will actually be how I wrap up the episode. So in case you're wondering, yes, we'll go a little bit beyond Prinny Land to show you how to farm deaths. Tiger Fang up for grabs here. Oh, we're at the end already. This is the Prinny God. So you'll notice level 100, packing all sorts of Omega spells. Has Destroy, which is a pretty strong monster weapon if I remember correctly. I don't think the Platinum Tux is all that impressive, but the key thing is that Testament. You have a nice army of General Prinnies here. Yeah, I should be able to kill them with the Zeal Organ. So I've talked about this move quite a few times, and now I finally have it unlocked. Boom. Oh. He's kind of sturdy. Next up is over here with Emily. I don't know if I have any... No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay, so Gigafire. I was looking to see if I had a 9-point spell so I can hit a bunch of these guys at once. So if I want to use... No, I'm just best off using an Ice spell, period. I can use a 5-point spell to hit these guys. Now, I'm going to send James out. Now, it's important that I actually protect the rogue, because I need him to steal. The reason why I'm throwing Laharl up here is so I can use a Night Sever, or not a Night Sever, a Wind Slayer, and wipe out the army, just like that. Now, since I have to thin out the numbers a little bit more... Oh yeah. This is the Prinny King, another one. You'll notice he has Gigastar, but otherwise just standard Prinny moves. But pretty much once you clear this map, you can create any type of Prinny you want, with the exception of Prinny Ball, who is not recruitable. And if you were doing some quick math, you may have noticed, hey, there's only 5 different types of Prinny. You have the Private, the Captain, the General, the King, and the God. The 6th Prinny is actually the Big Sis Prinny. She has her own icon, sprite because she does appear during the Red Moon chapter on the map, but there's nothing special about her. She's not recruitable, but she does take up a spot in terms of the palette stuff. And let's just splatter this one so I don't have to worry about him getting a lucky down on the rogue. Okay, he does not take me seriously. You will regret that. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the Prinny God is still a Prinny, so if I want to steal from him, I need to lure him out a little bit. You can see he does have the means to hurt Laharl, it's just Laharl does pack more of a punch, and I have the support capabilities to heal Laharl more than the Prinny God can heal himself. Okay, this is the opportunity I'm waiting for. I'm actually going to steal that Destroy first, I think. So this is the max range for stealing and crap. So if I want to save the rogue, I need to go over here and throw him back. And I am going to try to pull the God closer to my team. Now, in case you're wondering what's so great about a Prinny God, he is completely status immune. That's really all I know that's so great about them. Otherwise, they are an ordinary Prinny, except they're yellow. Or golden, I guess, if you want to think of it like that. This might hurt. Or not. Or I could put Fallen to sleep because he's packing a Hypnotist somewhere in his inventory. So right there I got the Destroy. Here we go. How good is this? It's actually equal to the Fiendish Claw. Now, we can give this to Curtis, I think. Yeah, that's a nice fit. Now, I want to get that Testament, so... Actually, I can't hit him, he'll die. We'll let him hit Flan one more time. Ooh, he's going for Emily. And Jessica. And yes, I could have thrown the thief, but there's no guarantee he... Okay, you're starting to piss me off. I may not be able to steal the testament here. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill him. But if you want to improve your odds, you have two ways to go about it. You can just increase the thief's level, which I'm going to do off camera, in case you're wondering. Or the other option is just increase the hit of your hand or use a better hand. Either of those will work. Otherwise, good night. Tiger Fang unlocked. We also got a lot of money from that. A full 100,000 hell, I want to say. Or might have been 1 million, I'm not sure. Ooh, the Prophet Necklace. Okay, so I'm going to worry about that off camera, but to wrap up this video, we have one last thing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a save here, because this is expensive. But if you want to know how to farm deaths kind of easily, come to the Seraphic Sanctuary. You want to come to the Inner Sanctum. I just choose this place because there's 3 enemies, so you can clean it up pretty quickly. Let them come to you because you need them to be by the base panel. I don't... Oh, barely lived. You know what, let's bring Flan out. She could definitely use some practice on her fire spells.
Hurt me.
Step 2 is you want to make sure that only one of these angels is left. That's gonna be this one. So Barbara is our lucky winner. What does she win, you ask? It's gonna be death, but... Now, there is a capture system in Disgaea. So if you throw things into your base panel, and by things I actually specifically mean monsters. I don't actually know if Prinnies count towards this, but you're guaranteed with humans. Oh, one thing. Look at her stats, primarily her SP. 600. So if you want to get a monster unit, you can pick them up and throw them into the base panel. If there's enough guys in your base panel, because there's going to be a mock fight, for them to actually subdue the monster, then you get to keep the monster. It will be dead, you have to revive it and everything, but you get it, you get all of its equipment, you get all of the moves it knows, all that stuff. Now, the thing is, this system does not work on humans. If you throw a human inside of your base panel, they're going to smash them. So right here is that mock battle. You can see it says the enemy is wreaking havoc inside. So the human is guaranteed to win. By doing so, they're going to destroy your base panel, leaving you with whoever you have out in the field. They lose all of their SP if you have enough guys in here, and pretty much everyone inside the base panel is dead.
Die.
So now we don't need Barbara anymore. Laharl, do the honors, please. Thank you. Luckily we got 45,000 hell from that, because we kind of need it right now. So you'll notice everyone's dead. To heal everyone's going to cost 38,000, and that unlocked the Immortal Pill. So I'm going to do these off camera, but that's pretty much your video. We get to go to Prinny Land, I show you how to farm deaths, and you can do that to unlock all of the emblems and everything. So if you want to get all the way to a testament real early and you have money to burn, you can do that. But otherwise, that's your Disgaea video for this fortnight. I'm hoping to get the next one out in 2 weeks from now, but the thing is I have to steal the testaments from the Prinny God, upgrade my equipment, and then make my way to the Cave of Ordeals. And I prefer not to go in there until I am strong enough to get really far into it, primarily floor 3. But I understand that I'm probably going to have to do floor 3, then put a break in the video, and grind up. By the way, that's it for now. You got to see Prinny Land and an update on Disgaea. Until next time, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.